Chosen one, pause for a moment and let this truth settle deeply into your spirit, because what you are hearing right now is not a passing thought, not emotional encouragement, and not coincidence finding you at the right time. This is a divine announcement. God has decided. Supernatural help has arrived, and that decision did not come from your effort, your perfection, or your timing. It came from heaven's authority. There are moments in life when the atmosphere shifts quietly but decisively, and this is one of those moments. Something has changed in the unseen, and the ripple of that decision is now reaching your life. What once felt stalled is being activated. What felt heavy is being lifted. What felt impossible is now under divine command. This is not motivation trying to push you forward. This is revelation awakening you to what is already in motion. When God decides, no human opinion can reverse it. No delay can cancel it. No resistance can overpower it. Heaven does not debate once a decision is made. It executes. And that execution often begins long before you see the evidence. That is why this message is reaching you now. It is not here to hype you. It is here to align you. Alignment always comes before manifestation. You are being invited into awareness, into receptivity, into agreement with what has already been released on your behalf. The decision has been signed in the spirit. The help has been dispatched. Your responsibility in this moment is not to strive, but to stay present, open, and receptive. This is how divine shifts begin, not with noise, but with knowing. Something within you recognizes this moment because your spirit is already connected to what heaven is doing. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not catching up. You are arriving at the exact moment where divine timing intersects with divine intention. Let go of the urge to analyze how it will happen. Let go of the need to see proof before you believe. This moment is about trust and positioning. You are being positioned to receive what God decided you were ready for. Stay here. Stay open. Stay aligned. The announcement has been made, and everything that follows will flow from this truth. Supernatural help has arrived. Supernatural help rarely arrives the way the human mind expects. It doesn't always announce itself with fireworks or dramatic signs. More often, it moves quietly, strategically, and powerfully behind the scenes, rearranging what needs to be rearranged before it ever touches what you can see. Divine help works in layers. While you were wondering why things felt slow, heaven was moving pieces you didn't even know existed. While you were questioning why certain doors remained closed, alignment was being prepared so that when the right doors opened, they would stay open. This kind of help dissolves blockages at the root. Financial limitations that seemed fixed begin to loosen. Emotional heaviness that lingered without explanation starts to lift. Spiritual resistance that made everything feel harder than it should have begins to lose its grip. Not because you fought harder, but because divine authority stepped in. One of the greatest signs of supernatural help is replacement. The people who disappointed you, delayed you, or failed to support you were never meant to carry you into the next season. Their absence made room for divine agents, people, opportunities, and systems aligned with your elevation. Unseen movements are happening right now. Conversations are taking place without your presence. Decisions are being influenced without your effort. Paths are being cleared without your awareness. This is how divine help operates. It goes where you cannot go, speaks where you cannot speak, and arranges what you cannot control. And when it finally becomes visible, it feels sudden, even though it was carefully prepared. If you feel a subtle sense of relief without knowing why, that is a sign. If you sense that something heavy has shifted even though circumstances look the same, that is confirmation. Supernatural help does not wait for external permission. It operates under divine instruction. And right now, it is active in your life, dissolving what blocked you and aligning what will carry you forward. Chosen one, this is where many misunderstand their journey. The waiting season was never punishment. It was preparation. Delay does not mean denial when God is involved. It means refinement, strengthening, and positioning. There were versions of you that could not carry what is coming. There were mindsets that had to be stretched. There were emotional patterns that needed healing. Heaven does not release weight to an unprepared structure. So the process was intentional. Every tear you cried was recorded. Every night you stayed hopeful despite disappointment mattered. Every moment you chose faith over bitterness built capacity within you. While it felt like nothing was happening, everything was happening. Heaven was organizing what human hands could not orchestrate. Timing was being synchronized. Resources were being prepared. You were being fortified from the inside out. This season trained your discernment. It strengthened your endurance. It purified your motives. That is why you didn't break. Even when you came close, you were being prepared to receive without losing yourself. You were being positioned to lead without ego. You were being shaped to sustain what is about to grow. The delay protected you from premature exposure. It saved you from misaligned connections. It kept you from blessings that would have overwhelmed you too soon. Now you can see clearly. Now you can carry weight without collapsing. Now you can receive without fear. The waiting season has done its work. And now, the release is justified. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. There is a difference between believing God exists and recognizing when God is actively intervening. Right now, heaven is involved in your earthly affairs. This is not passive observation. This is direct engagement. Your name is being spoken in rooms you have not yet entered. Decisions are being made with you in mind. Hearts are being softened toward you. Resistance is losing authority. Help is arriving through unexpected channels. A conversation, a message, a sudden opportunity, a shift in someone's attitude toward you. Divine help often comes disguised as coincidence, but it is anything but random. It is precision. It is timing. It is orchestration. God does not need your proximity to influence outcomes. He moves beyond geography, hierarchy, and limitation. What you could not convince, God is aligning. What you could not access, God is opening. What you could not fix, God is resolving. This is what it means when heaven steps in. You are no longer pushing outcomes. Outcomes are being delivered. Pay attention. Stay aware. Expect support. You are not alone in this season. You are being assisted. Supernatural help is not restricted by logic, timelines, or human approval. It moves according to alignment. And alignment is where you are now. This is why things are about to accelerate. You are shifting from asking to receiving, from hoping to knowing, from surviving to flowing. You are entering a divine system governed by grace, not struggle. Struggle taught you lessons. Alignment releases momentum. You are no longer meant to force outcomes. Flow is replacing friction. Grace is overtaking effort. When alignment happens, time collapses. What once took years can happen in days. What required exhaustion now requires trust. This is not laziness. This is divine efficiency. Heaven moves with precision, not pressure. And now that you are aligned, acceleration is natural. Stay receptive. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. The system has changed. And in this system, supernatural help does not visit, it remains. Chosen one, the supernatural help that has arrived is not generic, random, or one-size-fits-all. It is deeply personal, intentionally designed, and precisely calibrated to your life, your journey, and your specific needs. Heaven does not send mass solutions. It sends custom strategies. This is why what is unfolding now fits you so perfectly, even if you can't yet explain how. God knows the weight you've carried in silence. He knows the prayers you couldn't put into words. He knows the battles you fought internally while still showing up externally. And because he knows, the help being released matches your situation with divine accuracy. You may notice sudden clarity where confusion once lived. Decisions that once felt overwhelming now feel obvious. Direction that once felt hidden now rises naturally within you. This is not coincidence. This is divine intelligence activating inside your spirit. Answers you searched for externally are now surfacing internally. The noise is quieting. The doubt is losing volume. Confidence is not coming from arrogance, but from alignment. You are beginning to trust yourself again because heaven is speaking through your discernment. This assistance also comes with heightened awareness. You will sense when something is right without needing confirmation. You will feel when something is off without needing proof. That inner knowing is sharpening because you are no longer operating alone. Divine guidance is now walking with you, not occasionally, but consistently. This is why you must honor what you feel. Pay attention to what resonates with peace. Listen to what carries calm clarity rather than pressure. This help is answering questions you've carried for years. Why things unfolded the way they did. Why certain people exited your life. Why doors closed when you needed them most. The answers are coming not to reopen wounds, but to close cycles. You are being supported in a way that restores trust. Trust in God, trust in timing, and trust in yourself. This is personalized divine assistance, and it is active now. One of the most striking characteristics of supernatural intervention is suddenness. What feels slow for a long time can shift in an instant. This is because divine movement often happens invisibly first, and when alignment is complete, manifestation follows quickly. You are standing at that threshold now. This is why things will begin to move rapidly. Not because you rushed the process, but because the process has finished its work. Timelines are collapsing in your favor. What once required endless effort will now respond to simple action. Doors that refuse to budge are opening with ease. Opportunities that seemed distant are arriving unannounced. This suddenness may feel disorienting at first, especially after a long season of waiting. But it is not chaos. It is acceleration. Heaven does not delay once the moment is right. Your past failures were not wasted. They were necessary. They taught you discernment. They showed you what doesn't work without divine support. They humbled you and strengthened you simultaneously. Without those experiences, you might have built again without heaven's strategy. But now, you are building with divine architecture, not human strain. This time, effort will feel lighter. Progress will feel smoother. Growth will feel sustainable. That is how you know this shift is real. You are no longer forcing outcomes. You are cooperating with momentum. The suddenness is not instability. It is confirmation that the foundation is ready. Once supernatural momentum starts, it does not stop at one breakthrough. It multiplies. One door opens and leads to another. One connection sparks the next opportunity. One answered prayer unlocks a series of confirmations. This is how divine flow works. It builds upon itself. You are entering a sustained cycle of favor, provision, and opportunity. This momentum does not require you to constantly prove yourself. Divine coverage is replacing self-reliance. You are no longer responsible for holding everything together. Support is now built into your movement. When challenges arise, they will no longer stop you. They will redirect you more efficiently. You will notice that things begin to line up without excessive effort. Timing improves. Communication becomes clearer. Resources show up when needed. This is not luck. This is supernatural sequencing. Heaven is ordering your steps so that each move supports the next. Momentum feels like relief mixed with excitement. It feels like being carried rather than pushed. Trust it. Flow with it. Don't slow it down with overthinking. This is not a moment to retreat into old habits of caution born from disappointment. This is a moment to move with confidence. Supernatural momentum has begun, and it is designed to sustain you, not exhaust you. This season is not about surface change. It is about root-level transformation. The cycles that once kept repeating, near success, sudden loss, unexplained stagnation, are being broken permanently. These patterns no longer have authority over you. Confusion is being replaced with clarity. Fear is being replaced with peace. Stagnation is being replaced with movement. You are becoming grounded in who you are and what you carry. This grounding brings boldness without aggression and peace without passivity. You no longer second-guess every step. You no longer shrink to fit old environments. You are living guided, protected, and resourced. Root-level change also affects how you respond to pressure. Things that once overwhelmed you no longer shake you. Challenges feel manageable because your inner structure is stronger. You are not reacting, you are responding. This is the mark of transformation. This is not temporary confidence. It is identity alignment.
You know who you are now.
You know what you deserve, and you know what no longer belongs in your life. That clarity is power. Perhaps the greatest sign that supernatural help has arrived is this. You no longer feel the need to strive. Hustle is giving way to alignment. Resistance is giving way to flow. Elevation is happening without exhaustion. You are discovering that when heaven leads, effort becomes efficient instead of draining. Relationships begin to align naturally. Ideas come without force. Finances stabilize and improve through unexpected channels. This is not because you stopped caring, it's because you stopped forcing. Divine flow is overtaking human effort. You are learning that rest and movement can coexist. Peace does not mean stagnation. It means confidence in direction. You are moving forward without anxiety, trusting that what is meant for you will meet you without struggle. This elevation is sustainable. It does not burn you out. It builds you up. You are rising, not because you pushed harder, but because you aligned deeper. And this alignment is lifting you into spaces you no longer have to fight to enter. Chosen one, this is the season where divine reversal becomes visible. What once rejected you will begin to recognize you. What once overlooked you will begin to invite you. This is not revenge. This is restoration. Divine reversal is not about proving others wrong. It is about aligning you with spaces that now match who you have become. Favor is beginning to speak louder than resistance ever did, and it will do so without you needing to explain yourself. You may notice people from your past resurfacing with new perspectives. You may see doors reopening that were once slammed shut. But this time, the energy is different. You are no longer asking to be accepted. You are being welcomed because your presence now carries weight. Opposition is being silenced not by confrontation, but by evidence. Results speak. Alignment speaks.
Peace speaks.
Divine help often arrives in the form of mentors, connectors, and opportunities that feel almost effortless. These are not accidents. These are appointments. Heaven is surrounding you with people who see you clearly, support you genuinely, and assist you strategically. Resist the urge to self-sabotage by questioning why now. Trust the timing. You are not late, you are ready. Recognition is not coming to inflate your ego. It is coming to confirm your preparation. You endured obscurity without bitterness. You carried responsibility without applause. Now favor is responding to your faithfulness. Let it. Receive it without guilt. This is divine reversal, and it is just beginning. This is not a temporary lift. This is not a test. This is a turning point. The help that has arrived is not seasonal. It is structural. It is meant to stay, to build, to sustain. Momentum is no longer something you chase. It is something that follows you. And as it follows, it multiplies. You may feel an internal shift before you see external proof. People will begin responding to you differently. Situations will resolve with less friction. Resistance that once felt constant will simply be gone. This is the atmosphere changing around you. Divine authority alters environments. You are stepping into a new identity, one marked by confidence without arrogance, clarity without confusion, and authority without force. You are no longer hoping things work out. You expect alignment because it has become normal. This permanence brings stability. You no longer fear losing momentum because you are no longer generating it alone. Heaven is sustaining what it started, and what God sustains does not collapse. This help is rooted. It is anchored. It is reliable. And it is yours. One of the most powerful aspects of supernatural help is protection you never see. Battles are being fought on your behalf without your awareness. Threats you never detected have already been dismantled. Plots you never heard about were stopped before they reached you. This is divine defense operating silently. You are being shielded, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. The attacks that once drained you no longer land the same way. Your energy is preserved. Your focus is protected. Fear no longer dictates your decisions. Confidence replaces hesitation. This protection gives rise to spiritual authority. You move differently now. You speak differently now. You don't need to dominate or defend. You simply stand. And when you stand, things align or fall away. This is not ego. This is alignment with divine backing. You are rising without fear because you are no longer exposed. Heaven has your back, and that assurance changes everything. There is a clear transition happening now. You are moving from survival mode into leadership positioning. This does not mean you suddenly have all the answers. It means you now carry clarity, vision, and strategy that others will recognize and trust. You are becoming a vessel of light, guidance, and calm in spaces that need it. Your experiences have given you wisdom. Your endurance has given you compassion. Your journey has shaped you into someone who can lead without control and guide without force. Your life itself is becoming a testimony, not because you preach, but because you embody what alignment looks like. People will watch how you move, how you decide, how you respond, and they will feel something shift in themselves. Leadership is not about titles. It is about presence. And your presence now carries divine weight. You were helped so you could help others. Positioned so you could position others. This is purpose activating. You are entering a phase where divine intelligence is becoming more active within you. Your intuition is sharpening. Your dreams are carrying insight. Your discernment is becoming faster and clearer. Mental noise is being replaced with focused clarity. You will begin to understand things without studying them. You will sense outcomes before they happen. This is not imagination, it is spiritual awareness increasing. Trust what you receive. Honor what resonates with peace. Guidance will come subtly, but consistently. A thought, a pause, a knowing. Follow it. Divine downloads do not shout, they align. And as you trust them, your confidence will grow. This intelligence will guide you out of confusion and into peace. You are not guessing anymore. You are being led. And this leadership is precise, personal, and powerful. Chosen one, the supernatural help that has arrived is not interested in temporary fixes or surface-level relief. It has come to rebuild the structure of your life from the foundation up. This is not about patching leaks. It is about strengthening the frame. The places where instability once lived, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, are being reinforced with divine strength. You are no longer held together by effort or survival instincts. You are being supported by structure. And structure creates sustainability. This upgrade shows itself in your emotional resilience. Things that once triggered anxiety now pass without disturbance. Situations that once caused you to spiral no longer have access to your peace. That is not numbness. That is maturity strengthened by divine support. Spiritually, you feel expanded. You are able to hold more responsibility, more blessing, more influence without feeling overwhelmed. Heaven does not increase capacity without increasing stability, and that is exactly what is happening now. This structural upgrade also changes how you make decisions. You are no longer reactive. You are intentional. You move with clarity instead of urgency. You no longer rush because you trust timing. You no longer second-guess because discernment has been sharpened. When you enter rooms now, you enter with calm authority. You do not need to announce yourself. Your presence speaks. Your peace speaks. Your alignment speaks. This is what happens when divine help rebuilds your inner foundation. Life becomes steadier. Progress becomes sustainable. And growth no longer threatens your balance. You are stronger now, not by force, but by design. Favor is not an abstract idea anymore. It is moving. Resources are being redirected. People are being repositioned. Opportunities are opening that you did not qualify for on paper, but are fully aligned with in spirit. This is divine favor in motion. It does not wait for credentials. It responds to calling. It does not ask for permission. It moves with purpose. You will notice that things begin to work in your favor without excessive negotiation. Doors open where resistance once lived. Support appears where silence once existed. Promotion comes without you campaigning for it. This is not because people suddenly changed. It is because heaven has shifted the narrative around you. This favor is purpose-driven. You are not being elevated for applause. You are being positioned for impact. That is why grace is managing the outcomes. You do your part, and heaven handles the rest. You move forward, and provision meets you. You show up, and alignment follows. Let go of the belief that you must earn every breakthrough through struggle. That mindset has expired. You are now walking in favor that works with you, not against you. And as it moves, it will make room for you in places you never thought possible. Supernatural help is no longer an event in your life. It is becoming your lifestyle. You are learning how to live in rhythm with heaven rather than pressure from the world. Your pace is changing. Your priorities are aligning. You move by divine timing, not anxiety. And that shift is producing peace. Miracles are no longer rare interruptions. They are becoming natural outcomes of alignment. Things resolve themselves. Needs are met before you panic. Solutions appear before problems escalate. Faith is no longer just belief. It is evidence you witness regularly. You are no longer striving to be seen or validated. You are anchored. You trust that what is meant for you will arrive without force. And because of that trust, your energy remains clean. Your decisions remain clear. Your path remains open. This flow does not make you passive. It makes you precise. You act when prompted. You rest when guided,
You speak when aligned.
and everything begins to work together. This is supernatural flow, and it is now how you live. The waiting period you once resented is now being revealed for what it truly was: a runway. You were never grounded. You were accelerating in preparation. Every delay built strength. Every pause sharpened focus. And now, the launch is here. This is the shift from preparation to execution, from gathering to releasing, from internal growth to external movement. You are no longer crawling. You are no longer testing the waters. You are soaring with divine momentum behind you. God finishes what He starts, and what He started in you was never meant to remain hidden. You have been equipped with everything you need. Support is behind you. Provision is ahead of you. Guidance is within you. This is not reckless movement. It is confident obedience. You move because the path is clear. You act because the timing is right. You launch because heaven has given the signal. And once you lift, you will not fall back to old levels. This elevation is permanent. Chosen one, this is the final confirmation. The shift you feel is real. The atmosphere around you has changed. The striving has ended. Receiving has begun. Confusion has been replaced with clarity. Pressure has been replaced with peace. You are no longer waiting for help. Help is already here, and it is here to stay. Supernatural assistance is not visiting you. It is walking with you,
Covering you. Advancing you.
What once felt heavy now feels light. What once felt uncertain now feels assured. This is not imagination. This is alignment. You are living under a different system now, one governed by grace, guided by wisdom, and sustained by divine authority. And as you move forward, things will continue to confirm what you already know in your spirit. God decided. And because God decided, everything has changed. Supernatural help has arrived.